All right, Henry, you ready? Ready? Hello, everybody! Good morning! Welcome to Tuesday. Caleb, you especially. Welcome to Tuesday. I just wanted to say hi.
Got a little some teacher vibes.
I know, right? You can hear my voice. Say all right. Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. We have some fun things on the agenda, but we'll start off with our quote from Mr. Hunter Conley.
Oh, yeah. We'll come back to this. I found some mindset type stuff.
We need it, baby.
We need some mindset.
We do.
This month. And Old Faithful.
Yeah.
From Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
You're right. That is
so we'll
true.
come back to that.
Okay. All right. Just as I got you quiet, now let's talk again. So take 30 seconds and tell somebody next to you what you're grateful for. We have no music, so I had to email Christy because the onboarding team is unplugged everything. And so we come in here and we're like, oh my God, how do we get it working again? But they must have not known we had a computer. So I told them we have a computer that they can use because now we've lost sound.
But it's still coming through here.
Yeah, they can hear us online. We just don't have any sound in the room. So we'll figure it out later. All right, everybody. Does anybody want to share what they're grateful for today? That always gets them quiet, Katie. When you make them share it, they're like, no. All right. Okay, so tomorrow is Juneteenth, and we are closed. Yay! So enjoy your off day. Obviously, Juneteenth became a holiday in 2021. To celebrate Union soldiers making it to Texas in, I think, 1865. Don't quote me on that. To let them know that they were free. And so we are now celebrating that officially as a national holiday. And so we're going to be closed tomorrow. All Parks Compass offices are closed. And then downstairs, we have a cookie cake to celebrate Juneteenth and Pride. So eat your heart out with all the sugar. It's going to be really good. So on to our next Conley Corner.
All right. So two things that are not in the slides, but I thought was interesting. One is from Hugh O'Donnell. Thank you, Hugh. He gives me my News Wall Street Journal. But we had, just so you know, like our first kind of article since the NAR settlement. And it's not an article, it's an advertisement from Realtor.com, just talking about the dream of home ownership getting further out of reach for a lot of people, and that with the lawsuits around buyer's agency, it's particularly going to be problematic for historically underserved communities. The gap between black and white home ownership is worse today than it was when the Fair Housing Act was passed in 1968. And then so first-time home buyers have to face it alone without help of a buyer's agent potentially with these. And so anyway, I thought it was interesting. I mean, 2 full pages, both sides. And it goes through, the second side goes through the 101 ways that your buyer's agent will help you in a transaction. It's got a few of them highlighted. And so it's a lot to digest, but
we'll take the good press.
Take some good press and some advertisements. And then the other thing Nashville Business Journal this week. Congratulations to our Real Trends 1000. Hold on.
Drum roll.
I gotta find it. It's in here. Oh, yeah, the Real Trends. So all of our Compass and Parks agents. See the little new logo on the right.
Love it.
So full page spread ad in Business Journal. So congratulations to all of you who.
It's a hard list to crack for sure.
I know. Leslie Hill, Happy Tara. Too many to mention.
Too many to mention. Almost 1,000, not quite.
All right, so
Oh, you can drive.
I don't think I can. I can.
It's magic.
All right. So we do this just to kind of update where we are in the markets. You know, the markets are typically looking ahead 18 months. So what's going on now is factoring in a lot of information. And what we've seen so far year to date is that the NASDAQ, which is made up of more growth-oriented technology stocks, is like ripping. So 20% almost just through not even the first half of the year. The S&P 500 also very strong, almost 15%. The Dow is a much smaller, kind of more traditional, older companies, and so it's more flat. So you can see how just like the tech growth market is doing really well, while like your normal, kind of more traditional, slower growing companies are just basically flat for the year. And then the 10-year, which, as you know, is what drives our mortgage rates. That's the 10-year
Does
treasury.
it still, though? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it doesn't.
It does. I promise.
I know it's supposed to.
So if this goes down, like you'll see the mortgage rates go down. And it has in the last 2 weeks, right, Connie? So we had some good inflation news, which I'll touch on in a second. But we're up for the year about 1/4 of a point. So we've seen interest rates increase since January, which has been unfortunate. But this 10-year treasury was up over 4.5 a couple of weeks ago, which had rates above 7%. And so now we're comfortably back in the 6s, which is good news. And that was all stemmed from, we got May's inflation numbers back, and it showed that prices were moderating from or continuing to make progress on the inflation front. So you remember what happened, right? Like just the pandemic.
I was like,
Remember, like
how can I forget?
So 2021, and we had some big stimulus packages to get money flowing in the economy, so we didn't hit a recession during the pandemic, and then we continued that even, one more round after the pandemic was kind of over. So that's kind of the controversial move, and all that liquidity in the market just like there's not enough demand. Remember, used car prices were like skyrocketing. Right. There's just like too much money for not enough goods and services, and so you saw just inflation get up to around 9%, which is, historically we had been running around 2%, and that's the benchmark that the Federal Reserve really wants us to stay at, like moderate price growth, right around 2%, but stability on the pricing front is their goal. And so when we got up to 9%, we increased interest rates faster than we'd ever increased them, and slowly we've chipped away without going into a recession. So it's been like a delicate balancing act for the Fed. Going into this year, they were expecting 6 or 7 rate cuts for this year, which we were like, what? Good news. And now that's been adjusted, and it's going to be more like 1 rate cut. And we're not sure when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's a political election year, and so that always factors in. The Fed doesn't want to be perceived as making a move right around the election that would sway voters one way or another. The Fed is, their mandate is not political, and so it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens the balance of the year. But we did have the CPA inflation rate fall in May, which was good news. Both the headline and the core inflation cooled from the previous month. And so it could give the Fed more leeway to cut rates sooner rather than later.
Hopefully. It was interesting, though. I saw an article that was like Walmart, Target, all the major retailers are slashing prices on thousands of products. And I thought it was because they were more expensive to get for y'all.
Yeah.
But then I guess it's not anymore. It's kind of weird how that worked, right?
So,
But here we go.
okay. So, and then some other news. Just we had expected this last year to kind of be the low point on number of transactions. I still think that's a possibility. I do want to be careful about headlines just because sales fall to a historically low level is a little bit. I mean, we're still in line with pretty much where we were last year. So it's in May, it was down like 1.9%, which is not really like some huge headline number. We're basically where we were last year in terms of number of transactions and volumes. What we are seeing in another headline that is 1 in 5 homes nationally have had a price cut. So you're starting to see some of that softening up. And again, like the headlines, like they're slashing prices at a rate unseen since November of 2022, which is like 18 months
So
ago.
long ago. Yeah.
Not that long ago. And I think slashing is a little much. So anyway, just
Headlines or something.
Headlines or something. But I don't want to leave on bad news. Just getting our mindset right, making sure like through the summer you're showing up. And I just want to highlight, I came across this 9 mindsets of the most successful people. Whatever success means for you, right? It's different for different folks, but having a successful life is a goal for a lot of us. And that center quote that we just touched on, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So I thought just we'd fly through these real quick, just kind of going around the horn. Always be thankful for what you have. We did that this morning with gratitude.
Always.
Take responsibility for your life and express gratitude daily. Most successful people are always learning and growing. They don't just collect knowledge. They learn, apply, and grow from it. Fix problems. Don't complain about them. Right? So, like, hey,
Solutions, not problems. No, that's just what I tell myself.
Complaining is easy, but finding solution takes effort, and effort brings results. Take smart risks and learn from failure. So successful people are not afraid to take calculated risks, and if they fail, they learn from it and try again. Numerous like successful startup people have failed along the way until finally they don't fail, right? So always be learning and growing. I think we did that one already. Set clear goals and work on them every day. So have a game plan, wake up. What are we going to accomplish today? Work towards it. Say no to most anything that doesn't coincide with your goal for the day. Stay consistent. Stay strong when the going. It's going to have some ups and downs, right? Challenges will come. Successful people don't give up. They dig deep, stay strong, and keep pushing forward. I don't know why there's a period in there. And then find mentors and learn from them. Surround yourself with people who've been where you want to go. So great example here. Find an agent that you look up to that's maybe a little further down the path. And most of the time, they're perfectly willing to help you out and be a mentor. Make health a priority. Right? Take care of yourself. It's the only body we got, and they're essential for success. And then finally, be reliable. Keep your word. Successful people do what they say they'll do. They show up on time and live with integrity.
Love it. Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so as you can see from the slide, Trek is on the prowl, ready to find us all for every little thing. And believe it or not, there are agents that will report you on your advertising because they're jealous, is what I like to say, and bitter. So we're just going to review the advertising guidelines just to make sure we're all on the same page, because these fines can be $500 per web page or per post that Trek finds, and then all the way up to $1,000 per violation. So we're just going to go through them really fast. straight out of the Bible, the Trek Bible, so I've highlighted some things. This just clarifies what and what is not advertising. So what is advertising outside of print, radio, and television would be anything public such as signs, flyers, letterheads, email signatures, websites, social media, video, audio. So we're all doing reels. We probably all have an email signature. Things like this are required to follow the guidelines which we're about to follow. Oddly enough, your business cards are not required to follow the guidelines. I don't know why. So that also includes hats, pins, notepads, t-shirts, name badges, and if you're sponsoring a charitable event, it doesn't have to follow like your name with Parks or Compass. It can just be your name, and then usually they have a booklet which provides more information. I think the reasoning is because you only get so much like space on those kind of things. So the most important rule, it has to have the firm name and the firm number on everything except for those little bit that we talked about. But more importantly, the firm name has to be the same size or larger than your name or your team's name. And if you don't think the commission will put them side by side and measure them, you are wrong. They will. And they will fine you for that. I know we all want to have our own personal brand, which we obviously support here. But if you look at your social media or any of your marketing and you can't really figure out just by looking at it that you're with Parks or Compass or Parks Compass, that is a problem because that means a member of the public also does not know that you're with this company. So one more time, what does it need to have? The firm name and the telephone number. It doesn't have to have the address. It doesn't have to have the LLC name. It can just say Parks and then the phone number for your office. So no licensee shall advertise in a false, misleading, or deceptive manner. I wouldn't say any of you are misleading or deceptive by nature, but Trek considers these to be false or misleading. We have a lot of teams in the building. And so, believe it or not, you can't use real estate brokerage, realty, company, corporation, LLC, Corp, Inc., or associates in your team name. All of that has to be approved by the brokerage. So if you're wanting to start a team, you're wanting to change your team name, just contact me. We'll make sure it's in the guidelines. We're getting clarification on if I could say Lee Fund Real Estate, me operating not as a team, as an independent contractor or independent, not as just like a solo agent. The rules are a little gray on that, and so we're kind of fighting Trek to see what is their opinion. So more to come on that. Again, firm name and firm telephone number. Cannot stress that part enough. Each website has to have that at the bottom of every page. But this is the most important one I want to talk about today, and it would be called the one-click rule. So a lot of us have on our Instagram maybe a link tree where you tap that and then it gives you several different links you can go through, like maybe your most popular reel, your best listing, whatever. If when Trek or your jealous competition goes to your social media and taps that and it doesn't say Parks and the Parks' phone number, you're in violation. That is at least a $500 fine. If it's multiple places and multiple posts, you can do the math. It just keeps adding up. So this is the one where you need to review all of that information today. If I have to click there and then click somewhere else to get that information, like if I click the link tree and then it says my website, that's 2 clicks. That would be a violation, and they will fine you and they will fine me. So we just want to make sure we're all compliant. We don't want Trek kind of prying into our things. But that's the most important one, especially in social media. You only get so many characters to use. It just has to be in one click. Again, doesn't have to be giant, just has to be somewhere on the page. And just as a reminder, I've gotten a few calls on some of you lovelies for your amazing videos that you did of listings without permission. So just make sure that you, in writing, get permission from the listing broker or the listing agent. I would probably start with the agent first and not go above them to get the broker's permission. But it just needs to be in writing, preferably an email, not a text message. And that's for numerous reasons. So now that I've bored you with some rules, we're going to bring up the Incomparable City Living Group for some developments under $500,000. Welcome.
Where do I stand?
Just in front of this camera and that camera.
See,
Got our power stand on it.
So yeah, they wanted us to talk about, we've got a lot of,
Oh, that's small.
uh-oh, nope, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that. So yeah, I mean, we just talked about rates being higher and everything not being affordable. So we wanted to highlight a couple things that we've got under 500 that people should be considering keeping in mind. I know we've got, this is a picture of Highview Cottages, which is in East Nashville, just off Trinity and Ellington. And we do have a cottage there, a 2-bedroom standalone detached that's right under 5. We've got another project a little further up the road in Inglewood that has a lot of product under 5. This is East End Village, which you've shown. And tried.
I tried.
You've worked on it. But this one's actually, cool. Yeah, this is exciting. This one's it's really health and science kind of builder that's really kind of health oriented in his design and selections. But this project has 3-bedroom townhomes that are super energy efficient, and it's got walking trail around the perimeter. It's kind of tucked away. It looks like it's in a in a rural setting, but it's just off Broadmoor between Dickerson and Gallatin. So it's just this tucked away little enclave. And their second phase is allowing them to get a pool. So it's really an exciting project. We got that 3-bedroom townhome, needs a garage. This you should put on your list to take a peek at. And then
its front yard.
Yeah, these are classified as HPRs, so there's no limit on ownership or investor ratios. So it's 100% of this technically could be rented. So it's a perfect plant your empire property, and you can buy it as your first home and then keep it as a rental property, later, and without having to worry about getting on a waiting list or any sort of concern about, is it 35% or 40% that can have a rental permit? These are residential, so that everyone can. And then, their fence, someone's mentioned this. These have little fenced in yards. So you're always kind of seeing attached product that has no private space. This you can kind of crack the front door and let the dog out. You don't have to, there is a separate dog park that you can go to, but it's nice and on your own property as well.
And EV chargers at every unit.
Yes. My developer is really set on tech forward, so he's got the EV chargers in the garage. He let me drive his Cybertruck the other day. It's pretty cool. So there we go. All right, and then City Bluff Flats over in Bordeaux, Buena Vista. You can get, these are priced $325 to $399 for 2 bedrooms, not a 1-bedroom, but a 2-bedroom flat. So really, if you've got someone who's kind of looking for more space in that same product type and can just go a little bit out of the box, this product can also be short-term rented. So it's really flexible, and we've got the ability to do kind of a traditional conventional loan on it still, even with the short-term rental. So keep those in mind, and I will pass the mic to my associates here.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Deborah Volley. If I haven't met you, this is the Hillsboro. It is in East Nashville, in the Inglewood neighborhood of East Nashville. It's on the corner of Gallatin and Hillsboro. I'm actually personally buying a unit in this building. I really think it's going to be a great building for the community. We'll have retail on the corner. So coffee, sandwich type place is what they're hoping to put in there. The ground level of this building can all be live work. They all exit directly out onto the street level. And then they also, most of them have access through the lobby of the building as well. And there is a common area, rooftop space for everyone. We have one more 2-bedroom that has a private rooftop area. And then our 1-bedrooms in here start at $325. Our 2-bedrooms start at $525. So these can all be short-term rented as well. So very flexible HOA if you have someone who's looking for a place to live, but then eventually wants to rent, or just someone who's an investor like myself. That's pretty much it on that one. And then we have Maslow, which is in WeHo. She's cute, she's curvy. So this is a really cool boutique building. If you haven't seen it, you should drive past it. It has, it's literally has a lot of curves throughout the building. Your clients will love walking through and seeing what this building looks like. So they have studios still available in here starting at $340, and then there are a couple penthouses that have downtown views, and those start at like 1.5. So there's a broad range of units in this building, and there are 8 more available.
Are you guys still having a house business?
Yes, thank you.
Sip and
Open house from Maslow this week.
Tonight.
Tonight.
Sip and see.
Tonight.
No babies though. Just
The Ontario. So the Ontario, the townhomes is what I'm specifically speaking to you about today. First of all, Giovanna Murillo, if I don't know you already. And the Ontario, it's a total of 17 townhomes in a development that also these with the flats. What is great about this particular townhome development is that you have access to all of the community amenities. You have access to a pool, to a dog park, to a lounge. So it gives you the best of both worlds. You get the amenities and you get to have the privacy of the townhome. So it's over in Nashville city side. And we have the last unit remaining for $439,900. This one actually fell out of contract, so it's your time to bring in your buyer and take a hold of it. The seller is motivated. It's the last one still from the developer, so take advantage of that opportunity and bring your buyer.
Is that one like right over, off, like, it's not Blakemore, but it's...
Right off of Lebanon Pike, so you're
just
very
east of town.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're very close to Donaldson, hit
Donaldson.
Donaldson, about 8 minutes. We've timed it from Bridgestone Arena, very close to the airport, so great place to be. And then we have the Whites Creek townhomes, and this is a 21 townhome development, all 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom units. The 3 bedrooms have flex spaces. All of the front row units have rooftops, flexible spaces in terms of the ability to rent them. You have the 31, no short-term rentals, but you can rent them for 31 days at least. And there's no restrictions there in terms of if you're an investor or not. All these units have the, sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but they're very spacious. They all have, some of them have the 2-car garages. All of them have spacious parking availability. It's in a great location, 5 minutes from downtown Nashville. And these were built by Jackson Builders, which is an award-winning builder of Nashville, local to Nashville. So these units start at $429,900.
Straight shot down to Oracle.
Yeah. Any questions?
awesome. Thank y'all so much. All right, and we have more. Welcome back.
Yeah. Glad to be here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. Do I get to sit in this little chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Park West. Who in this room has been to Park West? Okay, so I've had some visitors. I'd like to see more hands raised. I'm just going to give a high-level overview of Park West. So it's 210 units. We have studios, 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms. The entry price right now with the discount is $290,000. Very affordable. Prices go from $290,000 up to $1.35 once the discounts are applied. Right now, we're offering 10% off purchase price with an additional 6% that buyers can use towards concessions or apply it to purchase price as well. Highly amenitized building. Am I driving this ship?
You can hit the right here.
Okay, right
Old
here.
school
Okay.
arrows.
So the people that have been in the building can attest to this. Really beautiful.
Right off of 440.
Correct. Correct.
It's the
Murphy. Yeah. So right off the Weston exit, you walk in, very grand entrance. Gresham and Smith is the architect, another award-winning architect in town. Lots of light, arches, marble. It's really stunning, very impressive. 24-hour concierge, so people love that. You've got someone there 24 hours a day. You have to have a fob to enter into the property, so highly secure. Secure parking as well, so you've got one space per bedroom, which is really nice. This is just showing like where the 24-hour concierge sits. You've got some conference space downstairs, the mail room, and then again that grand lobby. This is what we kind of call our little cafe. So if you want to get out of your residence and come down, get on the computer, they've got tea and coffee provided for everybody every day. It's really beautiful. On the third floor, we have some amenities. So we've got a billiards room, lots of common space, outdoor space, grilling stations, outdoor fire pit. On the 12th floor, we've got pool, gym. You know, every time I'm there, hardly anyone uses it as you go in any of these high-rise developments. Really beautiful views from the pool of the rolling hills. And then our residences. We have 3 that are staged, so if you want to bring somebody over and kind of get an idea of what all the different floor plans look like, please bring them by. And then this just basically talks about where we're located. HOAs are 79 cents per square foot. Trying to think if I left anything out. Any questions about the building?
What's the studio size on square feet?
541 is the smallest. Very efficient.
Cute.
And we go up to 1456 in square footage. So a really healthy 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Is there somebody inside?
Yes, thank you for asking. So our hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and then 11 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. So just come in, bring your client. We'll take great care of you. Would love to see all of you. And I've got snacks and drinks.
What kind of drink?
Every kind of drink, yeah. From rosé to water. Yeah.
Is there a website?
We have a website.
You go on the website.
You can actually book through MLS or just call me directly. And I'd love to give you a personal tour. Yeah.
Can you rent?
Thank you. Yes. So 20% of the building will be able to be leased. And I encourage if you bring a buyer in to go ahead and purchase the lease permit. It's going to be an additional 1% of the purchase price. It will convey with the property, so I think it adds a lot of value, big time.
Forever, or is there?
Forever.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also, the rental capability, we just got this approved, it's 90 days. So that's great. Traveling nurses, executives, all of that, so. Did you have your hand up, or were you just stretching? Okay. Any other questions?
Are all the units complete and they close quickly?
Well, here's another good perk. So we can't close until August 1st, but you can go ahead and move in, and we will apply the rents towards your purchase price.
Is it an apartment conversion?
It is. Yes. Yes, GBT is the developer. It is absolutely just a beautiful building, so. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Thank you, Katie. An OG Village agent.
That's right. I love being in this room.
Yes. You just feel the purple aura.
That's right.
Okay, so we're still getting everything set up for Compass, but in the meantime, this is going to be our coming soon buyer need forum. So the process would be you go to Compass-Nashville, and password I think is buyer needs. The Facebook group, are we officially taking that down? I know that was a little bit of a spicy
We're
moment.
staying up, and then you can access this through that as
Okay.
well. But we're trying to consolidate it in one place. And then we're also just, weeks, not months away from all of us being on like the unified platform where you search
And it just
inside
shows up.
and everything, all of your search criteria show up, including coming soons and private exclusives. So
Perfect.
this is just a stopgap.
Yes. I love the buyer need. That's awesome. Yes, ma'am.
It's actually in Asheville. I had this problem yesterday. We have passwords and exchange. Yes.
Just kidding. I was just making sure y'all were paying attention. Yes.
It's not form, but I think there's probably a lot of ways that should be improved. Personal on phone. It's
Yeah.
terrible. And then you can't. I don't know. There's something about seeing pictures of the phone sort of going down and looking up.
Totally.
In your scroll zone where this doesn't really convey any of that, so you can't
Yeah.
really see something and think of someone.
Just temporary. I think that's why we've left the Facebook group open for now.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Are we eliminating both village and the parks, or are we just doing the parks still?
Our village office group will stay forever. I don't know. I hope. I would imagine we would do a giant Parks Compass Facebook group at some point, but we will probably just close the Coming Soon group once everybody is onboarded into the platform, and then just have like a Parks family of whatever we call it. I don't know what we'll call it. But yeah.
TBD.
Village exclusive will stay. So. Okay, upcoming education. It's a little bit light. One thing to note is the Parks 101 mentor classes are on pause for June. Those will resume in July. Do you know the date, Virginia, in July? 18. Okay,
Andrea, since you're teaching it.
18. Okay. And those, if you don't know, changed. Instead of doing them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's just a 4-hour class. 3-hour class on Thursdays.
I think we're doing once a month for a while and spreading it out.
Okay. More changes to come on that. Let's see. So the market, this was as of yesterday. Looking pretty similar to 2019-ish, I'd
Are
say.
you ready to, people ask you how the market is? Like, this is some good data. Ask a couple of questions. What part of the market are you interested in? What have you heard? Like those, like kind of get the conversation going. But if you can respond well to that general question other than, well,
It's good. It's good.
pretty good, solid.
It's horrible. Just kidding.
So have some specific numbers. 3 months inventory. We still had 13,000 closings with it, which is, way more than 2009 and just under where we were 4 years ago.
Yeah. If you can spit out some numbers, you'll look really like you know what you're talking about, even if they're the wrong number. But okay. They're going to be like, oh, you know what you're talking about. Rates, alleged the 10-year. I'm not fully convinced anymore, but I feel like they used to. We are. What does it look like, Connie?
Well,
They still follow the 10-year, right?
yes.
I don't know. I'm not buying it anymore.
I'm going to shoot you a graph.
I know. I did a reel on it. I just don't know if I believe it anymore. But I know it does. Okay, so I've gone up just a little bit, but we're under 7, so that's exciting. Thought it would be worth including this weekly so we can kind of see what's been happening and where we're at. Hopefully, we'll just see the decline pretty soon.
I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, so we're below where we were a year ago. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, and then if you have not signed up for the First Look pilot program with Compass, please do that. We're doing onboarding sessions weekly.
Are you on, Jan?
Yes, I am on Thursday.
Thursday, yes. You'll need your ICA before you go, so please don't wait till that morning, 10 minutes before, to email me or Susan. We will get that to you. Just keep us posted on when your session is, and we'll get that shot over to you. Yes.
So we need to reach out to our program about our ICA and bring it to them.
Just email Susan and she'll send it to you, and then you'll send that to the Compass contact.
And they'll replicate.
They'll ask you for it.
They'll replicate that into the system.
Yes.
The
Nothing.
one that we already have that exists.
The one
Yeah.
that you already have that exists. Yes.
And then if you're, halfway through your cap, they make sure that they put that number in so that they can mirror how you should get paid on everything.
Just kind of
Okay.
same terms.
Yeah. Because part of the system is eventually like your closings will go through there, through the business tracker, and you get paid, through the entire, you don't have to leave the platform for anything, go to broker mint or anything like that.
Yeah. So
Easy peasy.
easy peasy, baby. All right. Before we do coming soons, I'm going to ask what your most valuable takeaway is, but I'm going to also ask you what 2 things are required on all of your advertising for Trek. Jan, after you answer this quiz question, what is it? What 2 things are required on all your Trek
She got here
advertising?
late.
Well, let's see if you know.
Your phone number for the office.
Yes. Company name. Yay! And how many clicks?
One.
1 click. Awesome. Okay. Yes, Jan.
Show us.
Yeah. Here, I'll hold it up in
Okay.
front of the camera.
For those of you who know me, I live in Donaldson. I've been very involved in the community. We just talked about the Ontario. They're just over in Cityside that neighbors it. In case you didn't know, this doesn't happen very often in Metro Davidson County. We have a brand new library that's opening this coming Monday, the 24th. This is a calendar of events for the day. It's ribbon cutting at 9:30, and we're going to have all sorts of events. It's in the Donaldson Plaza, and it is a beautiful mid-century modern style building. A few of you have been over there. I know Virginia's driven by it a few times and has seen it, and I've been in it. It's gorgeous, and we've been doing some fundraising for some of the programs and stuff, but we would love for people, if you do business over there, if you're just curious. I personally am a library kid. I grew up in the library and, love it. So just wanted to let you know. So
Will you leave this here?
yes, I have
Okay.
2 of them. I was going to see about.
One
where we
upstairs
can
and
post
one
them.
downstairs.
Yes, yes. It is on Old Lebanon Pike, right in the, do you know where Party Foul is right there? If you cut off of Lebanon Pike right there, you're on Old Lebanon Pike and you'll see it. Can't miss it. Right off Lebanon Pike there in the heart of Donaldson.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you so much. All right, here. Perfect. All right. So coming soons. Say your name, the address, and what flavor food you like. Like Italian, Japanese.
That's a flavor?
I don't know what you call it. I was going to say type, but I felt like that was confused. Anyway, y'all get it. Ethnic. What kind of food do you like? I don't know. Yeah. I don't care. Just say something. Who has a coming soon? Oh, that question scared all of y'all. Okay.
Well, I just want to know your favorite food.
Yeah, I just want to know, what's your favorite food? BJ?
Yes.
True Southerner. Yeah. Tacos. All day. All right. And that's all we got today.
Thanks,
So, awesome.
Lots of stuff under 500.
Oh, I have a message from Deborah Volley. The Sip and See is actually next Tuesday, the 25th, from 3 to 5 at Maslow. Yeah, right behind Martin Street. If you know where that street is with E-Rose, all that good stuff. It's a street. Right there. Come on, Kate. And you got to answer the question. Yeah, what's your...
I'm on? Okay. I have a coming soon in Salem Town, Germantown area. It is adorable. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath. The next door neighbor just went under contract, full ask price. Anybody, Germantown, please bring me a buyer.
Price.
$859. $849. Sorry, $849.
And favorite food?
My favorite food, I'm into Peruvian right now because I just came back from Peru. Causa.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Hi. I'm just so tired. I'm going live this Saturday, 3031 Brightwood Avenue, right here in this 12 South neighborhood, 950 vintage 1930s craftsman. It needs a lot of love, but the bones are amazing. Some of you came to my broker open a while back. It's got, it's very private, which is unusual for the neighborhoods, just right off the street. The backyard was landscaped by the owner, who was a former landscaper. He did Arden Place. So lots of beautiful old growth, and Very excited. Be Saturday on the market, 9:50. Pardon? Food, anything with an avocado, I'm there.
Anybody else? All right. Well, thank y'all for coming today. We will see you next time.